Moa, Ichabod, the Colosseo, Saravasa, and Circuit will be your 5 maps for this series. We start off on Samoa for the second time today. Let's get into it. 8A Master matchup. Arize on the left. This on the right. Do we got... Whoop. Let's... It'd help if I showed you all the match, huh? That would probably be useful. That would probably be useful. Whoops. There we go. That's the one I wanted.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Okay. Zeb is actually rolling out on the Arize. I did not anticipate this in the slightest, as we're going to get a little JQ dive coming out from Arize. They might try some fun stuff. And this is a heck of a start, but Tap is able to handle Mello on the dive, and it's going to land that bunch of stickies. Just force a Suzu out to keep Murphy X alive through this, but under half health, you're easy target there for that focusing beam. I gotta say, I totally thought you were trolling me, Slippery, when you said, y'all, we're gonna run some Arize. I absolutely 100% thought y'all were trolling me. Which is fine. I gotta take answers with a grain of salt. But I'm here for it. Battle Cattle, here for fight number 2. No, Mello did swap to an Echo here to try to challenge Tap in the sky as they come in from this left-hand side. Needing a little bit of poke damage, but nothing too serious right out of the gate. Mello's going to take an aggressive move and just go in and take that duel. Put a lot of pressure down. Tap will eventually fall. Got a good combo between the 2 DPS from Arize. Ryan Guy is able to get one. The melt onto Zeb, and this point's going to flip over. It's fight 2. Goes into Arize's hands. Whoop, you can get that kill into Verdicts, Jacob. Jacob made it out. Player formerly known as a Verdicts, excuse me. Forgive me. All right, how we looking ult-wise? Oh, Zeb's making a swap. Zeb said, fine. We'll pull out the Zarya here. Try to counter Smurfy X on this Junker Queen. Both bubbles used from Zeb. Suzu used as well. So a lot of cooldowns burned here from Citrus, but the pulse finds Murphy X while the other 4 are pulling back. There's a beautiful bait. Get Zomba set up for a pair of kills. And this point's going to flip right back over. It's just a matter of how long. Kitsune Russia and, well, both support ultimates available for both of our teams headed into this. Of course, the onus is on Arize here to make the space to move in and get the objective. Got to keep an eye out here for Zomba moving in from the back. It's going to be an early Kitsune rush. Zeb taking a lot of pressure. The counter Kitsune is there here from Citrus Nation. Smurfix down low. Will finish off the duplicate. Zeb now has a sound barrier at their back and is looking to melt the Junker Queen. Smurfix falling back into the healers, and with just about 50 health, manages to find some reprieve. But Rangai gets caught out in the corner down low. Point still in possession here of Citrus. Smurfix trying to find a way to get back into this. Has got to give a moment to heal, but there is just no moments to be had. No safe haven, no time. One last chance here for Arize. Our opening round. All right, what you got? What you got? Coming in with a Rampage. Rampage and Pulse. And you get past the grab. Oh, Zeb is just going to lock you in right up front. Luckily for Arize, they're able to get the overtime. Unfortunately, they lose both players caught in that grab. This is a 5v3 here on the back of this objective. And a round 1 going to Citrus Nightmare.
Wave goodbye.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
Gotta love it. I believe Zeb and Citrus were anticipating a Ramattra comp or something a little bit more meta. And no. Arize comes out with something completely different. Zeb and company do make the swaps. I mean, it was a little bit like we had Mello swap into the Echo to match tap, but we had Zeb swap into the Zarya to match the Junker Queen on the other side. We'll get a Symmetra rollout here. But Smurfix and company now going on over to a Ram as we head into Volcano. Very tight objective. Very close quarters fights on this map. A Maiden with a good start. Finds one pick. That was up in that center area. Zeb is just going to back out under half health. Force control will go over to Arize here. Once this point unlocks in a couple seconds. Very quick recontest coming in, though. Ooh, I think Zombo wanted to deny the cap. Wasn't able to get there in time. Zeb goes way into the back. I think trying to find an angle onto the back lines. Murphyx is going to make the long haul over and just get in Zeb's face. Pop the Nemesis form and throw a couple of good left hooks towards Zeb's direction. But backup does show up. And Smurfix has to retreat. Kind of a softish engage. Zeb is looking to pursue. Tries to get into the backline. A good shield from Smurfix will protect those supports. Zeb hovering right at that armor mark. And it still has sights set, but kind of, I think, over hyper focus there on that back line. 36% and counting for Arize. We have ultimate starting to come online here. Zama close to one in neutral as well. Zeb back on over to the Arize. Here's we get in. Was it second fight? It feels like second fight. There's already 60% of the board. Ooh, Zama in the back. Is able to get one. Does already have the pulse. Zama snuck around. I was looking at the tank, and Zama moves in on the assassination mission, successfully putting Arize into a deficit right out of the gate before that fight even kicked off. Alophobia will give the thumbs up in the lava with a reset. Terminator 2 reference. 5-pack of ults online. This one could get messy. Zamba open things up with the pulls. Kind of kick the field goal there between a couple of supports. Kitsune Rush thrown down low, and the pressure is back on here, forcing Arize all the way back. A good boop, trying to push him right into the hands of the rest of the team. Sound barrier is there for Ryan Guy, and Smurfix popping the Annihilation is able to whittle down the health bars of at least one late sound barrier as well as a duplicate. And from Citrus as they try to clap back here, Tap able to pick up two through that as the Annihilation eventually fades down. Nice moves here as Smurfix continues to cause problems. The point has flipped over. Citrus need to make it back over to this objective and are trying to rotate around. Zeb has to use the Javelin Spin just to make it onto the point. Zama gets killed to initiate the overtime as the Terror Surge is popped. Ryan Guy caught in the middle of that one. Still, it's a 3-1 left on this objective, favoring Arize. A little early on the flashbang, but eventually Jacob is cut down. A swap over to Tap, from Tap. A last-minute ditch effort here. Coach Metal, 519, thank you for the follow. Common, thank you for the follow as well. I do not have alerts on while we are in game, but I do really appreciate y'all being here. Really appreciate the support.
Ready for battle.
I don't know that I've ever noticed there's an aquarium in the floor. The Ramattra working out for Smurfix and the rest of Arize. As such, they are sticking with that that same composition. We get into our deciding round for map 1. Zeb sticking with this Arize as well. Gotta love it. I love to see some off meta picks. Love to see teams trying to play into their own strengths. Maiden dancing on this off angle a little bit. Throw some shots down main. A couple of those landed on Zeb, but it doesn't stop Zeb from moving into the center of this point. Medium might be able to kind of create a sandwich here. You see Murphy pushing around the left-hand side. Tap is circling back, wanting to put some pressure down, but Murphy pops the Nemesis form and punches Jacob down. Still with plenty of health, able to turn the attention on to Zeb, and this should be Arize grabbing first control. Zeb duck around the corner, still getting some decent heals out of neutral. Woo! Looks like Zeb got out of neutral's LOS. Was fortunate to get out of that one in one piece. Still not quite totally caught up. Finally hit back into that armor range, but they're watching Arize gain percentage all the meanwhile. Neutral will be the first one online here with an ult, followed directly by Bolting Kick with an amplification matrix on the other side. How does Neutral want to use this? Okay, it's going to be right at the gut. You can see Zeb starting it off. The amp matrix is a little too far forward. Not able to get much value out of that. Terror Surge got a lot in it! Gets two! Holy cow, what a setup! Don't think of Terror Surge as being a team wipe ultimate, but in the hands of Zeb, that was lethal. Make a Terror Surge look like a killer ultimate, like super viable. That was nuts. Well done, well done. Still, Citrus are behind in percentage on this point. They're also behind ever so slightly on Sound Barrier. I don't know if Arize has clocked this. They're not being aggressive. I would expect them to tempo beat if they knew they were up. And that small window of advantage has closed. Pulse will land onto Maiden. The roll still able to protect you through it, despite only doing 50% damage reduction now. Meanwhile, it's Melophobia who's able to pick up one, but they've lost 3 players, and it's a 2v3 as the Sound Barrier is popped here from Jacob. It was advantage over to Citrus here in the barrier fight. Murphy X last to fall. Ryan going back to pick him up in their McDonald's Mayhem skin. All right, massive Sound Barrier advantage here, and they need it. They need to get value out of this. Ideally aggressive and find an opening pick. We'll see how it goes. A couple of ults here to pair with it, including the Annihilation from Smurfix. They go ahead and pop their first Nemesis form. Neutral falls in the back. Ooh. There's the Annihilation. Right as Tap popped their ultimate, the Venture ult will just go by the wayside. Not a single shot of the 4 fired. Punching Zeb in the back. Murphyx is able to find 3 kills through that fight and flip this over, but Arize need to be flawless from here on out. Coming back in, Zomba has another pulse. Able to land the last one on Nomadian, but they had the combat roll as to not die from said pulse pop. Rotation along the far right-hand side with Zomba going into the back. Ooh, does get Run Guy with that somehow! Oh no! Run Guy finds themselves in that pulse bomb. The Amp Matrix once again. Zeb able to just muscle right past it as Tap is just punishing Bolting Cake on the high ground. But Amadian doing good work, making good on the space created by Murphyx. And it's a player advantage here to Arize as they approach the same percentage of Citrus. This one, I don't even know if Citrus is going to get a good final fight out of this. Late kill on Tap might put them in a hole here. Zeb holding on the line. There's the touch. Recall already used from Zomba. Be an opening here from Elo if they want to push in. Melophobia decides to go in and throw that pulse bomb, and a good read from Zeb gobbles it up in the javelin spin. Zomba's able to find that kill and move back to the point. Meanwhile, Tap is threatening. Smurfyx requires both the Immortality Field and the Sound Barrier. Beautifully done. Smurfyx is topped right back off. A later Sound Barrier thrown in here from Citrus. And they're pushing into the back to fight Madian as Tap already found Ryan Guy. Now it is but a lone Smurfyx left on the point as this objective flips. Is there enough time for Arize to get back. Oh, a late stagger onto Bulk and Cake does not bode well. Taps on the outside, looking to body block. Think had a read on the Tracer, but Mello's able to make it on the objective, at least get overtime started. Working on the outside. Can anybody else touch? Not quite. So close. So close. Citrus Nightmare take our first map. Up 1-0 in the series.
Play of the game.
Yep, that was awesome. That was awesome. Tell you, you don't often see like really fight-turning Terra surges. That's pretty unusual. But I mean, absolutely delivered. Citrus absolutely delivered on that. Zeb was outstanding on the Arize. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at some stats there from our first map. While the second map is loading, go ahead and have a little look-see.
Initiating match.
You know, Tap got picked off more than the rest, but look at Zeb's damage. Look at the damage output from that Arize. Woo! And Tap and Zomba were able to out-damage their opponents on the other side as well. So kind of as expected here. Murphy X, doing a lot of work. Doing a lot of work on the Ramatra, but just wasn't quite enough. We get set for map number 2 is Ikevalda. And we did get a side swap here. Citrus will be starting us off on the defense. No trenches in composition here. Looking at the other side, looks like Arize is opting to stick with this Ramatra comp.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers.
Using a maiden on the cast. We've seen a lot of Ashe recently paired with this composition. The cast here is still pretty strong as well. Okay, a quick push in from Smurfix Company. They're, taking the more direct route than we typically see here on Ikevalda. Okay, Smurfix does decide, and this is why you must secure this outside angle. You can't give this off angle over to the defense. Otherwise, your players like Zomba will move in and just cause a lot of havoc there in your back line. Exactly what we saw there between Zomba and Tap. Zomba does fall. Does this open the door? Tap is in the front line, punishing Smurfix though. So that should be enough time here for Zomba to get back in the fight and get a true 5v5 here. Then getting chased a little bit by Tap. And that's one with the cast over the Ashe. The cast is a lot more survivable. Is a lot better when things get up close and dirty. There we go. That's the pop I wanted. Thank you very much. Genesis Form Pop looking to chase down Lucio. Back up in the corner. Jacob does get punched into oblivion. But unfortunately for Arize, they lose their Baptiste in the process. Only Lucio heals left for them on this point. Well, that is just a nasty duo with Tap and Zomba. Able to take Smurfy X down. A little over 2 minutes on the clock. Oh, it's starting to come online now. Both amplification matrices were overrun by Zeb and Citrus back on Samoa. Looking for Bolton Cake. I have a little bit better one here. Pulse missed on the outside from Zomba, but here comes the pursuit. The chase in with the Terra Surge, and Bolton Cake falls. The Terra Surge took down the Immortality. Still as Murphy moves on to the point. Oh, it's a 2v1 over here against Mellow. It was really a 2v2, but Run Guy made a bunch of stickies, and Murphyx is able to get a little progress. One tick of permanent picked up. That's all. There's a big gamble from Citrus on that fight, and it paid off for them. They kind of abandoned the back line to say, we will kill your back line first. So I just did a full send in and swap the map. Ends up working out. Murphyx approaching in. Does have Annihilation in the pocket. Has to be careful on this. You can take a lot of damage from this outside, and a Kitsune Rush. It's going to be a sound barrier to counter, but Murphyx is still on the back foot. Deadeye in from the Maiden is able to help inflict some damage, and just gotta keep everybody at bay as Zombo gets caught out by the Annihilation. But here comes the counterpunch. Sound barrier as well as duplicate in. Murphyx is confidently holding this front line, does not disengage whatsoever. And it's enough. Zeb is late for the recontest, and Cart's picked up. The points picked up. Cart's getting moving. Raz wanted that high ground, but we're not granted. It might get punished for the hubris of even trying to take it. And you see the shot still going into a Maiden. Madian does end up making back. Oh, that pulse is going to be huge. Murphyx falls. Madian eats a lot of damage on the back of it, as well as the Javelin will impale them to the wall, and just relentless aggression comes through from Citrus, forcing Arize all the way back to their spawn. Does Citrus hold this spot? That's the next question. Whew. Nice headshot from range. Quick little flick. But unfortunately, Zama's already doing work. Has found Mellow and put Arize in a 4v5 deficit. They circle back around. And you can see they're joining Zeb and just hunting down the back line and exercising focus fire. First onto a Maiden, now onto Ryan Guy, and both fall under the brutality of Citrus. I didn't even see where Bolting Cake's rush went. Now, good news here for Arize. They do have a bit of a sound barrier advantage. Oh! Almost got booped off the side. The boop combo was pretty nasty. I saw what you were going for there, Citrus. And that was real close to being a three-piece boop combo. Real close. That was cool. I can't say I've ever seen that before. Can't say I've ever seen Terra Surge used to try to get a 3K boop off the side. All right, Zaba once again winning out the duel over Mellow. It's going to be a duplicate used from Tap just to get an extra 100 health back and stay in this fight. Zaba comes in on the outside. Fleck able to get that execution. Mellow goes right back in for that duel. And Zaba will win it once again. Woo! Following up with a nice kill into Bolting before they're able to find safety inside the spawn. 25 seconds on the clock. William Mundy, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Ooh. Mellow, I'm rooting for you. You lost 2 fights here against Zomba. Zomba has been just relentlessly holding that outside. Zomba goes to the inside, and it does allow Mellow to move in, work their way out from the flank, but Zeb has already punished a pair, and Bolting Cake cannot escape from the front of the spawn. It was a bad situation forced by the clock. It's Murphyx and Mellow had to make a run for it to try to keep overtime going, try to keep the round going. Unfortunately, it does split the team.
Initiating match.
Is that as far as this cart got? I think it is. Y'all playing Marvel Rivals?
Ready for battle.
Okay. So they at least got the... It does auto batter down the door. This is actually drawable, coincidentally enough. Oh, no, they got 32.05 meter. Okay, no, never mind. Never mind, it's not drawable. They got past the door, so that's... All right. Ooh, okay. Get to see the Maiden Genji once again. But Smurfix is going to go ahead and stick with the Ramatra instead of pulling out the Junker Queen. Like we saw last time on some more where they ran a little bit more of the dive. We got Mercy pocketing tap on the Echo. Zeb thought about a Diva. I think just scouted with the Diva and then moved right back on over to the Arize here. Ooh, early damage on a Maiden, and they were lucky Toads back out of there in time. A lot of low health bars already here from Arize as Ryan Guy ducks around some cover to avoid the pressure coming in from tap. Zama wins that duel over Mello once again. And Zama just has Mellophobia's number here in this series. And nice little 1-2 punch. Combining with Zeb to find Bolting Cake, and this is going to be a one and done on point A. Citrus are looking dominant here in this series. Arize just trying to reset quick enough to hopefully put up a solid defense. It's all right, Ryan. You got it. You got it. You're good for one. We saw it.
Stop the payload.
Protect the payload.
They do at least have to wait for the door to open, so there is time. Smurfix going on over the Junker Queen. Zeb with the Reinhardt, knowing that everybody from Arize have to come in up close and right within striking distance of that hammer, or axe in this skin's case. Zeb posting up in the corner for the moment. Ryan Guy over top. Here comes the duplicate onto the Queen, and there we go. Two tanks running in, and Smurfix taking the brunt of all that. Zomba with a pair, Zeb with a pair. Citrus with a pair of points on the board. Moving up to match point here as they take a dub on Eichenwalde. Awesome highlight intro. Zomba. Holy cow, Zomba was on one. They wasted no time getting that invite out, didn't they? We were still looking to play the game. Invites are coming in. All right, we will very quickly... Oop, that's the wrong screen, sorry. Very quickly take a look at our stats from round 2. Obviously, fairly dominant performance there on Eichenwalde from Citrus, and the stats are going to reflect that. Zomba had a hell of a map. 34 into... I mean, everybody just really pop it off. Hard to point the direction in any one thing. I will say, I mean, Zomba kept Mello in check the entirety of that map, and so Arize basically had zero access to off angles or flanks whatsoever. We'll see if they're able to overcome Zomba here heading into map 3. Bounce back as we head into push Coliseo, if I remember correctly. No glass. Sip my tea.
Ready for battle.
We got a side swap again. Fix that for you, friends. There we go. That's better. All right. Match point for Citrus Nightmare. I'm sorry if I keep using the old name. I'm so sorry. Citrus Nightmare. I think I've called you Citrus Nation a couple times tonight, and I apologize for that. That is disrespectful to the Nightmare org. And I'm deeply sorry. It is Citrus Nightmare. Morpheus sticking with the Junker Queen heading into this. I mean, we'll get the Echo battle as we saw right out of the gate. Okay, it's Mellow on the Echo, and it's a good change already. So not trying to start off on the Genji, or it's going to stick with that Echo like we saw. Back on Samoa to help deal with tap, to help match tap in the sky. And they're finding some success with that. Clearly the early pick. But we also saw them take a round with Mellow on this Echo back on Samoa. So I think this is a good change, combining that here with Smurfix on this Junker Coin. Bolting kick does fall. That Gracie landed, and the subsequent headshot is there. Oh, just chonking down Zeb. Zeb ducks around the corner, but here comes tap for a little peel. Mellophobia's there. Winning out the Echo battle in Arize. Find themselves on top here. Winning a fight for what feels like the first time in a couple maps. Man, that's not entirely true. I mean, they did take point A on I Can Roll This. So. Citrus Nightmare setting up around on the high ground, as one would expect here with this composition. Drop down as Zombie just dances over a Median on that one. Different Tracer player, same results. And whew. Oh, we'll say. Zombies looked lights out on this Tracer today. Remember, this player just got added to this squad about a week ago. And has had, I mean, a crucial impact here in this outcome today as we see Zomba come up with yet another one. Smurfix under a lot of pressure, and once again, Zomba with the kill. Well played. Cool skin, too. I like the white and red.
Keep pushing for the lead.
Ooh, neutral up front, and Zomba just appears out of nowhere on that. That was a beautiful little combo to try to find that kill. Trying to catch Arize off guard with a little unexpected move in the back line. And I think it had worked previously, but Arize were able to stay alive through it. Mello makes a duplicate onto the Tracer. Whoops, I grabbed the right guy's paw, but that's okay. My guy does have a sound barrier ready to go. It's going to be a Kitsune Rush thrown in right out of the gate here to start things off. A trade of Kitsune Rushes, as a matter of fact. Let's go over to Zomba here in the back line as they take Bolting Cake down with the Pulse Bomb in their pocket. As the Pulse lands, the sound barrier not there. Smurfix, at least it made it already faded, I think is more accurate. Zomba just on a run. Woo!
We're so close to taking the lead.
You can do it. You can do it. Oh, third time's the charm. Yay! Zama made it to high ground. All right, here comes Arize. Back on the assault, trying to catch Zomba out. That recall is going to keep them up there. Smurfix wanted to give chase, but Zomba looped back around here towards the middle, regrouping with Zeb here in the cubby. Zeb got pooped out. Right guy tried to push him into the throgs of the rest of the team. It was a good attempt. They're not able to find the kill. Still, they wrestle control the bot away without getting any picks. Zombapov. Zomba dancing around the spot where the glass used to be. Finds a low Mellophobia in the back. Nice. Suzu is able to keep that Echo alive through it. Mello falls all the way to the back high ground. And Zomba's still entrenched here in enemy territory. They've been able to move up and catch up with him, and Smurfix finds themselves caught in the middle. Duplicate from Mello in lieu of the absence of tank here on their side. Making good use of it, too. Using the Fortify to add a little extra armor onto that base 350 and trying to chase Zeb down in the backline. Does a good job of it. Finds that pick. Equalizes here for Arize. Just as Smurfix should be getting back into the fight. Oh, no. Smurfix is still a ways back there. Pulse Bomb. Oh, no. Right guy. You zigged when you should have zagged. And Zomba continues to light at the feed. What an impressive performance here from Zomba on the Tracer. Buzzy Yaz coming through the follow. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. Citrus with the lead. Close spawns. No, excuse me. They do not have close spawns yet. They're close. They made it down to the cubby, but not past. Kitsune Rush invested here from Arize as Murphy surges forward on the back of that, looking to build the rest of this rampage. A lot of good damage put down into Zeb, but still can't quite find the kill on the Arize. Too sturdy with that goal. Rampage pop. Finds 3. Sound barrier invested in here from Jacob, keeping Citrus in this fight. 2 separate engagements going on. One outside, one down low here through main, and Citrus are able to win them both. With this aggressive forward positioning from Zeb. Let's see. They have enough here to stack. Okay, they're holding back. There's the 5th. Zomba is down low on the outside, looking for somebody to come through the doors. They don't quite get the spots. Let's go back down to Zeb Pop. Woo! Zeb eating a lot of damage. Look at all those blue jerseys. Zeb's going to turn tail and run. Zomba got picked. Where's your... Okay, Tap is right there with him. Good soft to disengage coming out from Citrus as they wait to get Zomba back into this fight. Xerxes with the shout, trying to pursue a low health bar Zeb. Ooh, that was a nice move in from the outside as Amadian's pulse gets eaten. Had Zeb down low, but just mistimed the pulse, and Tap takes them down. They were so close. Arize was just a pixel, was a millisecond away from taking Zeb out of this fight, but this just flips right back the other direction. Mello equalizes with a kill on to Jacob. I heard a Kitsune Rush invested. That's from neutral, and Bolty Kicks caught out before they're able to throw theirs into this fight. Murphyx playing along the outside of the pavestones of speed here as a Terra Surge is dropped. So Murphyx sees a Javelin in the back, but Zeb absorbed a lot of damage through that. Going in for the kill. Amadian bites off more than they can chew. Gets punished by Zeb with a headshot. Murphyx does find a little bit of revenge and is close to another rampage. They felt like they just used this rampage like 30 seconds ago. It's been a little bit longer than that. Not much. Oh, what a shot! Neutral! Just ends this fight before it even starts. Oh, no. Mello, you gotta try to put some pressure, get that poke damage in from the Echo, but neutral just takes their head clean off. Murphyx does have a rampage. Ooh, lands that, the bubble, just in time here. Zed has recently swapped on over. That is a high-flying duplicate onto a Kiriko. Here for Tap. Oops, that was the wrong button. That's the one. All right, Sound Barrier engage out here from Arize as Murphyx turns the corner. Sound Barrier invested here from Citrus as well, and that's going to prompt Murphyx to throw in this rampage. Zeb cleans themselves with the bubble, and I think they were the only one hit with that. Nope, never mind. Jacob was hit as well. Dies to the dot damage. A couple of clean shots there from the Junker Queen, but now with a Kitsune Rush up, Smurfy must just wait it out, hide, and hope they don't get punished. Able to get topped up. Feeling blazing enough to stick their head out there, but the Kitsune Rush was still available. Zaba with that double attack speed, making good work. Pulse Bomb lands on to Tap. Didn't even need it. Ryan Guy finds that final blow. Citrus are beating feet. Ryan Guy at hot pursuit. They do have neutral caught out in the back here. Not able to get that swift step in with 38 seconds remaining. And mere meters away from the lead, 11 meters to be precise, 12. That's a really good pick here for Arize. Let's see if they can do anything with it. Oh, it's Zaba down low, fighting Mello. I mean, Zaba just goes in for that one clip and then recalls back up top. Kitsune Rush thrown in here from Bolton King trying to turn the tide. One guy is able to find Zeb, take the takedown. You will take that trade. All of Arize now falling back to try to deal with the arch enemy, public enemy number one, their nemesis Zomba. As they take the lead right in overtime. Nobody is there to touch. No shot. Arize sneak away with this fight. What a turn. And Arize find themselves headed to map 4. In step 1 of 3 of the reverse sweep. We had money raiding with a party of 18. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. We are here in some FACEIT League Season 2 action in a Master Division. Citrus Nightmare up 2-1 as Arize just able to take that win on Colosseo. And, well, the first of 3 needed if they want to turn this series around. Oh, we are on a 2-minute delay, so you'll get my appreciation for the wonderful raid here in just a few moments. Oh, but do appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, with that said, I do not have alerts turned on in game. So any follow stuff that come through, no, I do appreciate the love and support, but you will not see any alerts once we get into it. We get into map number 4. Let's take a look at some stats here. I was kind of waiting for these stats to update from map 3. Let's see if the F5 key will do it for me. Yep, there it is. And I mean, Zebs continues to put in a ton of work here with the Arize. But, you know, it was just a little misplay. It was a last-second death, and obviously, I mean, they swapped to the Zarya there at the end of Colosseo as well. But a good punish from Smurfy and company to find Zeb towards the end, the very end of that map. Means nobody was there to contest, or there was a little confusion on who was going to contest. They put a big assault onto Zomba as well. So Zomba was really far out of that fight in the waning seconds. No chance for the Tracer to get the contest in. Really well played. And from a team that looked down and out back in Iconvolda, Arize were barely able to cap point A, and then just kind of got steamrolled on their defense. Weren't able to win a single team fight on their defense on Iconvolda. What a pushback. Love to see the grit coming out from this Arize squad as they send us on over to Suravasa for map 4. As such, they will be sticking with this JQ comp coming out from Smurfy X. Flight calling it some training weights here. I can speak from experience. Smurfy X is really at home on the Reinhardt. Ooh, but look at that! Landing some long distance shots with Gracie here to kick things off. Early positioning. Going over to Arize. Zeb gets a call for a lone Lucio outside, or at least a Lucio Tracer duo, both of which get cut down as they were just separated from the rest of the squad. Good call from Citrus to make that read. Now they're able to move on to this point. And I've got your names backwards up top. Give me just 1 second. We'll look at some Zomba Pop while I swap our names up top. There we go. Eventually I'll be able to get a third monitor. And then I won't have to alt-tab. All right. Zomba playing a little flanky. Playing a little flank here on the outside. Decides to go for Mellow on the Echo. Ooh, draws the ire of the entirety of Arize. Here they all come. The Stickies land, everything lands. And it's a 5v4 here for Arize as they run back on at this point for fight number 2. Maiden leading the charge. Maiden sticking with the Tracer, by the way. We had seen Mellow play a lot of the Tracer in the first 2 maps. Kitsune rush in here from neutral. Pulse bomb misses. Second Kitsune rush from bolting, and a duplicate is used from Mellow onto this Arize. 2 tanks on the battlefield here for Citrus. Zomba's able to dodge around one of those Javelin spins as Zeb moves in for a Terror Surge. Didn't get anything with that. Second Javelin lands. Terror Surge will put Jacob down. Nice play out of Mellow here. Not a moment too soon as Citrus were threatening with that 99%, but Arize, and it seems like typical fashion for them, come through in the twilight hour to flip this objective. All right. Tap at the only ultimate available here for Citrus Nightmare as they move in. Forgo the stair approach, push in from the outside. Just direct right onto this point. Gonna thwart a Median off the flank angle for a moment, and then, ooh, javelin lands onto Run Guy in the back. Shouts from Smurfix trying to move in, but Tap has the duplicate, able to thwart some of this aggression. Staying up front with that Junker Queen dupe, but will get punished for it eventually. Median gets cut down, Run Guy as well. I believe they were both on that flank angle once again, while Zamba is gonna go ahead and land that beautiful pulse. Here to cap at this point. And I sneeze. I sneeze. There you go. Celebratory sneeze. I will, Whispers. It happens. I realize. You're on a 2-minute delay, so unfortunately, if I hadn't seen it by now, thank you. Fortunately for me, I did catch that mistake early on. All right. Moving in to round 2. Zebin, the Retro Citrus Nightmare, able to get here first, and as such, just kind of keep Smurfix at bay here. Body blocked the door here with some nice javelins. Median with the pulse. Could be just the opener that they need. Kitsune rush thrown in from both of our squads, met in the middle. Median is dancing around, trying to find the opening to put this pulse bomb. I think was looking for one on Zeb, was hoping that they'd use their javelin spin, but they never did. Never got the chance. The perfect opportunity never arose. Yeah, remember, the match is on a 2-minute delay, so I'm seeing 2 minutes into the past as far as chat's concerned. It makes it a little scuff, but it is what it is. It's important to have competitive integrity, more so than it is chat interaction. We get, that's gonna fall in the hole. No, Mello manages to land on safe ground. Oh, from that angle, look at Mello was right over the pit. But unfortunately for them, their Kiri is already gone, and Tap is just melting through the back line. Arize got split on this approach. Little divide and conquer comes out here from Citrus Nightmare and serves him well. A flawless fight. No fatalities here from Citrus Nightmare as this point ticks up. Ooh, and with this objective moving so quick, looks like Arize is just going to go ahead and give this one up. Move on to the second point.
Lost. Next flashpoint guarded.
Positional advantage proving very valuable for Citrus there on that previous objective. Arize is hoping they can do it as well. Mello! Woo! Stuck out there a little too long. Doesn't make it over the top. I think it was waiting for the flight to come back. Didn't disengage with the rest of the team. And it doesn't look like that positional advantage is going to help, as Arize does not make it onto the objective to secure it in time. They get caught in rotation. First cap will go on over here to Citrus Nightmare. Blackest Beast, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, thank you. Immediate has neutral on the outside, but neutral has their swift step to get away. Here comes Zamba in to mark the Tracer with Pulse Bomb in the pocket. The rest of Arize just run past, using a sound barrier to try to push forward, find a kill onto Neb. Duplicate is used from Tap to stave off death in their own right. Smurfix pops a Rampage, is able to get 2 with that. Neutral has to use their cleanse on themselves, I suppose. Neutral still low, Zeb still low. Both eventually fall. Not sure where the Suzu originally went, but the clapback is there. Tap and Zoma are still in this thing. 2v2 on the point as Tap lands the headshot on the Ride Guy. Maintains possession of this objective. I believe they're the last person standing. They are. Tap is the last person standing. I mean, Zama came back in, I suppose. All right. 88% on the clock. Maiden along the outside. Oh, I knew I should have been watching Zama. They're the ones that landed the pulse. Xavier with another Terror Surge. They have been massive. This one could end the series. Rotating around, they're looking to take Rangai out of the fight. The support is dead. Boltacake is going to drop a Kitsune Rush on this objective. This is Murphy X trying to chase down the supports with him, but a good Suzu will keep Jacob in this fight and able to throw the sound barrier down. Zeb eating a lot of damage, does eventually pop this Terror Surge. Smurfy X trying to pop around the corner. Can't make it down around before the Javelin hits the ground. A ton of damage thrown in. Melophobia eating a bulk of it as well. Zombo left on this point, and this is just an exercise in focus fire. As the round will end. As does the map, as does the series. Citrus Nightmare close out another 3-0, continuing their flawless streak. Through FACEIT Season 2, moving up to 3-0 on the series. Or on the season, rather. Jacob, formerly known as Avertings, getting our play of the game here. What'd you do? What did we do here? Oh, just getting this kill. Just a little Lucio duel. I respect it. I respect the Lucio duel. All right. Hey, you know what? Gotta love the grit out of Arize when things were looking down and out. They came in and fought tooth and nail in a meta that really does not suit them. To take round 3, but this was all Citrus Nightmare when it's all said and done. We take a look at the stats from the 4th map here before we conclude things. Another great performance from Zip. Again, I thought the Arize call was a troll. Man, was I proven wrong. I was not familiar with your game. But you've got cloves? I don't know. You got hooves? I was gonna say you got hands. You've got hooves. I was not familiar with those hooves. All right, well played. Well played. Citrus looking strong, looking dangerous here with this new lineup. Get to see what their new DPS player was Zomba showing up, playing the Tracer for him today. And man, what a wonderful addition. Zomba looks to be slotting in well here with the Citrus squad. Slippery didn't really give me a good answer on how they felt. Zomba was really, whether it was an improvement for the team over Lethal or not. Didn't want to show any shade towards either Lethal or Zomba. But man, I gotta say, Zomba looked real good. And we saw some wonderful combos coming in from Zomba and Neutral, where we saw some combos between the Kiri and the Tracer, and then of course pairing well with Tap on that Echo. So really, really strong performance yet again out of Citrus Nightmare, moving up to 3-0. Oh, hey, let's get that 3rd point on the scoreboard. You've earned it, friends. Damn right. Boom. There's that 3. But I think that's about all for tonight. This is all I got for you. I anticipate I will have a match tomorrow. I have nothing slated as of yet. I need to go in and figure it out. Probably will end up just doing an NA match tomorrow. Unless I get a request to do an EMEA match. I will probably take the morning to kick out a couple of these videos to get my matches from today edited it and up on my YouTube. So I will anticipate just having an NA match tomorrow, but we will definitely have something going on tomorrow. So you know what? Drop a follow if you haven't already. Follow the Twitter, all that good stuff. Because I got a lot more FACEIT action coming up. I'm gonna be, basically 5 days a week. I'm here with FACEIT matches, spanning from Open and Advanced all the way up into Master. So yeah, thank you everybody for showing up, hanging out. Appreciate it. Old friends and new friends alike. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate the love and support. But I'm going to head on. That's all I got for you. Have a good night, friends. We'll see you tomorrow.